live. Season 2, Episode 7, Week 3 college football recap.
Absolutely, let's do this.
Thank y'all for joining us this Monday morning. We sure do appreciate y'all. If you haven't tuned in yet, you can go back and watch the previous 6 episodes on all streaming platforms. This is Tyler's Talking Sports. On the other side of the mic, we have co-host Tyler Hess and myself, Tyler Castle. What we do here is we talk college football. And we got some good football games for you all this week.
Yes, we do.
Or this past weekend, and some good coming games this coming weekend. So
we got some games we're definitely going to be covering. Got some big ones.
Got some big ones. But before we get into the big games, the bread and butter of this podcast, I think we should go over some local games here in Southwest Virginia. These are some more local teams to us.
Yeah, to us.
So, do you want to kick us off here? Do you want to kick us off with to us?
Yeah, to us. Yeah, guys. First game we got here is UVA-Wise went to Athens,
West Virginia.
They didn't get
not Georgia.
Not Georgia. West Virginia. They played Concord yesterday. This game was pretty much a knockout, drag-out type game. UVA-Wise came out and just laid it to them to get the first win of the season, also the first win for their newly hired head coach. They won 28-0 in Concord. Big momentum for Wise coming into this week to just get that win, get that loss off your shoulders. Yep. You know, now it's let's play football, let's practice, let's build on this. So big win for UVA-Wise. Congratulations to that program. Just keep it up, guys. Keep working hard down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Wise will now face Catawba September 21st at 2 p.m. at
Catawba.
So you can go down to Wise and watch this game 2 p.m. this Saturday. Yes. Concord's now 0-2.
That is not this. Is that the 21st?
That's what it said, the 21st.
Is it the 21st this Saturday? What? Golly, we're flying through the month of September.
That's this Saturday.
Holy crap, we're flying through the month of September.
Yeah, man, 21st coming up on us. Fast.
Yeah, fast.
We approaching October already.
Yeah.
Concord now 0-2 will face Frostburg State.
Frostburg?
Frostburg, Maryland. That's where that one's going to be. So,
Maryland.
Pretty far little drive there. So, at 1 p.m. But if you want to watch that one, you can. But yeah, Concord's still looking for that first win.
Yeah.
Let's move into our next local game, Emory and Henry versus Bluefield State.
Yes.
This game was played at 1 o'clock on Saturday. I projected Emory to win like they did last year. 37-14 was the prediction last year, and they won this year 40-13 to move to 2-0 on the
Congrats
season.
On Emory, man.
Big win there for them.
Yes,
their
absolutely.
season's just now really getting started. They do face this coming Saturday Barton. At 1 p.m. So, that's a huge game for them.
Yes.
1 p.m. So, if you want to go watch that game too, this Saturday, you can go see the Emory Wasp. Bluefield State will be having a bye week before they face Johnson.
Needed.
Yeah, much needed. Before they face Johnson C. Not Johnson City University, but Johnson C.
Smith. Oh, good person. I love Johnson C. Smith. Me and him has big fishing back in the day up there. And,
oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Pond fishing or lake fishing or
we were river fishing.
Oh, did y'all go up Little River?
Little River, yeah, Little River. I went to Swinger Bridge up there near Jen's farm.
Good red eye up there, I tell you.
Yeah,
some good red eye. They biting.
They biting.
They biting early in the morning, baby. Got to pull out that cricket, that grasshopper.
Yep.
Got to throw it. Crawdad, baby.
Oh, Crawdad.
Torpedo.
Topwater.
Yeah, Johnson City. They'll play September 28th. I think that game is. I think it's at Johnson C. Smith University, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a road game, so they do need a bye. So a bye is going to definitely help them out. They need to regroup after that beatdown. So we'll see what happens. We'll cover these teams moving forward for the next couple of weeks. Next team up, Bluefield University versus Lindsey Wilson College.
I'm upset about this one, man.
In Columbia, I know.
Lindsey Wilson.
I told you, Lindsey Wilson, a mean lady, man.
She's a heartbreaker, man.
I said she was a nice lady.
She's a heartbreaker.
She's mean, man.
Heartbreaker.
She's 44-20.
Hey, let me tell you about Lindsey Wilson. I'm sitting in a meeting on Thursday. I look down at my phone, and my wife texts me. She goes, "How about you just pack your bags and go live with Lindsey?" And I don't know what. And I was like, I don't even know what she's talking about for a minute. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it hit me. She was listening to the podcast. Shout out to my wife for supporting our podcast, listening to it.
Hey, Lindsey could play some football.
Yeah. Lindsey did.
Lindsey played good football. Put up 44 points on Bluefield.
44.
Why don't you touch this next one here?
What we got on this next one? Who we got? Virginia Tech versus ODU Monarchs.
worrying.
You look
man.
good, and then you had everybody worried. You look good, and then you had everybody worried. What are y'all doing up there? Drones went 15 for 26 for 176 yards, and I think he had, one touchdown? Did he have one interception?
One touchdown, one interception. Yeah.
Ain't good. That ain't good. That means every one touchdown he throws an INT. He's got to control. Got to cut back on turnovers. But he did. He led in them rushing too. He had 117 yards rushing. I mean, I think they're making Drones do way too much up there. They've got to get other players outside of Drones established to balance out that offense, because teams are starting to lock in. Like, hey, we stopped Drones, we're stopping the Hokies. This game was played in ODU, so I mean, It was going to be a little hostile environment. Tech was
pretty
up,
sure
I
that's
think.
Hokies' first time winning at ODU.
It might be. It very well might be. I can't remember. I was watching. I think was Tech up like 14-0 in this one at one point.
It was 14-0 after first quarter. Yeah, they was up 14-0. So I was like, okay, Tech's going to cruise. And then at half, it was 14-10.
Yeah.
So ODU brought it back in within 4, and then Tech done what they did against Marshall in the second half. They just pulled away in the fourth quarter. They put up 17 in the fourth. But seriously, though, you made a good point right there. Virginia Tech Hokies might as well be called Virginia Tech Drones.
Yeah.
He did a lot on Saturday. You got to get Tootin more involved, man. We heard a lot about Tootin last year. He's had one good game this year against Marshall. I don't know what his total rush yards was yesterday or Saturday, sorry. Right. But, yeah, you got to get Tootin a little bit more involved. This defense is still kind of scaring me for some reason. They still look lost. I watched a little bit of this game yesterday, but we'll see what happens.
Well, here's the bright spot for the Hokies, and this is honestly, we'll touch base on this near the end. You're not the biggest disappointment in the ACC this year.
That's true.
Just leave it at that. You're not the biggest disappointment. So
Hokies 2-1 now.
Yeah, 2-1. I mean,
they face Rutgers this coming Saturday, the 21st.
Could be a tough game there. Rutgers got a stout defense.
Rutgers is very, very good. Should be a very good game.
Very balanced. Yeah, could be a very good game.
ODU now drops to 0-3, and thankfully they do have a bye week this coming Saturday. So
is the
rest up.
Tech Rutgers game, is that in New Jersey or is that in Blacksburg?
I think it's. I have to check. I don't know.
I can look it up. I got you. I got it real fast here. I just want to see. I'll kind of figure out how I sway or which way I go. How that game's going to be.
I want to say away. I really don't know.
Wow, why did I click the Mountain West?
I wouldn't see them. Well, I guess they could go to, yeah.
Rutgers 2, Virginia Tech. 3:30 on ACC
Oh, it's
Network.
at Virginia Tech.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's at Lane. Yeah, give me the Hokies in this one.
You know what? Early prediction, I'm going to go ahead and lock this one. Give me Rutgers in this one.
Really?
Yeah, give me Rutgers in this one. You got stout run game, stout defense.
I don't know what that spread is, but it should be pretty close.
From what I'm looking at right here, I mean, ESPN hasn't released any spreads yet. I'm just looking at their thing, so I haven't looked at that. But, I mean, Greg Schiano, that defense, back in the day.
They got Mr. Schiano still there from Ohio
back
State.
when they had, what was his name? What was Rice? Running back for the Ravens. Rice. Last name was Rice. What was his first name? Played for them back in 2008, 2008. He got trouble for beating a woman in the elevator.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, yes. When he was at Rutgers, I remember Greg Schiano, it was his first trip there. He had that old saying, just keep chopping. So give me Rutgers. They're going to chop their way into this one, I think. So sorry, Hokie fans.
I like that.
Yeah,
Hokies got to get it going, man.
Yeah.
We're 3 games in. I'm still not impressed. Tennessee versus Kent State. I just put this one on here for giggles. Big win for the Balls. I mean, offensively.
Sorry. I was Kent State's the offense. I'm still waiting for them to do something.
Oh yeah, they didn't exist there for 4 quarters. Dylan Sampson 4 touchdowns in 2 quarters. Nico didn't play a full 2 quarters. He came out with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. We got to see all quarterbacks, every single one, 1 through 4, I believe it was, or 1 through 5. They went deep yesterday. All the guys got to play. Yep, that's what I like to see. Put up 65 points in the first half. That's the most points put up by the Balls in the AP era. This since when the AP started, 1935.
Yes.
So 1934, 1935, right through there. So almost 100 years ago. Very, very nice to see. This coming Saturday, of course, the test will be a lot tougher. They will face Oklahoma at Norman, so in Oklahoma at 7:30 on ABC. Whew. We do have College Game Day there, so that the place will be.
Have they announced that yet?
A game. Yes, they have. They're going to be there.
Okay. I figured
College Game Day will be there. We might possibly be live a little bit for this one too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and lay that out there, guys. We're going to go live. I don't know if we're going to go live for this. We're not going live for this game. I think we're going to do more of a pregame.
Sure.
like our own college game day, the Tyler's Talking Sports game day. We're going to hit some of these games, talk about some things, throw out some predictions, have a good old time. Nice little setup for us. We're going to travel.
We're going to travel.
We're going to be outside.
We're going to travel outside as long as it's not raining.
If it's raining, we're going to endure the element.
Oh, yeah. Outside in the rain. Let's go. I love it.
Yeah,
all of our equipment gets ruined. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, guys, that'll be Saturday, doing a live.
Yep, Saturday doing a live. So y'all be on the lookout. We'll announce that again on our next show, Thursday morning, just to remind everybody. And two, if you're not following us on Facebook right now, definitely give us a follow because we do all our updates on there as well.
Yep.
And we're really close to 700 followers, guys. We're 10 off, which is
10
crazy.
Insane.
So help us get that 700. We sure would appreciate it. But moving back to college football real quick, Kent State.
Before you go on. One more thing. Be sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because we will be live on YouTube as well.
Yes.
So if we go live on YouTube, you need to know that we're live. So subscribe so you get that notification that we went live. Don't want you guys to miss. It's gonna be a good one. Yeah. If you haven't watched our lives before, my wife usually cooks something. We rate that. We talk about that. We put random guests on. And my son's always on it. He's already pumped up for it. So be sure you check out.
They're fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Very
Real
fun.
But anyway, go ahead and talk about the Kent State Golden Flashes.
Kent State Golden Flashes. Yeah, they got another tough one this Saturday against Penn State. So I look for a close score prediction. I would take the over. I don't know what the spread is on that, but take the over if you're going to bet. I go ahead and tell you that right now. Golden Flashes, man. They need some help. They need some help. They got absolutely whooped. Tennessee offered too. I realized this in halftime they offered to run the clock down or do shorter quarters, and Kent State denied.
I like that though. I like that.
It says, "Hey, we're going to play.
We're here to play football. Is what it is. We're getting a hind end kick. Let's keep playing though."
They got paid $1.35 million to get beat down. So,
and I will say this: I was looking at Kent State's roster last night because I was like, Kent State's usually a pretty good MAC school. I mean, they're never like super good, but they're usually a bowl team. They're 8 wins usually, perennial 8-win team. A lot of sophomores on this team, very young. So. Good for them to get their hind end kicked and kneeling, and maybe one day they can look back on it and get y'all back, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, good learning experience. Let's hope not. Big game of the week.
Oh, man. Our game of the week.
Yeah, ETSU versus North Dakota State. This game was played on Saturday at 5:30 in Johnson City. The game was on ESPN+. This was the biggest game in ETSU football history, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
They were trying to do a sellout down there. They have 15,000 seats. They got 11,200 and some people, I think, or 11,700. So they were very close.
Yeah.
Very good crowd there. A lot of crowd noise. Good environment. Good football. Both teams entered that game 1-1. Of course, we mentioned in the last pod. North Dakota State came in ranked second in FCS top 25 rankings, right behind South Dakota State. They'll probably jump to first if I had to guess, because that's a huge road win for them. ETSU came in ranked to this one fourth in the Southern Conference, and overall in the SU is ranked sixth in the Missouri Valley Conference. So definitely tough matchup. ETSU had this game.
Oh yeah,
Coach even said it last night. They had it. They had them beat.
They led the whole game, man.
Just the curse of football. Sometimes it happens.
They led to a minute and 10 seconds left in the game.
Yep, they led all the way up until the end. They couldn't hold on to the fourth, and they ended up losing 38-35. King was intercepted on a drive from ETSU trying to come down and kick a field goal to tie it at least. But he did. It was fourth down on that play.
Yeah.
But he did throw an interception. But, hats off to ETSU for playing a heck of a game. They're coming along and looking very improved. You got to think just a couple years ago, they were playing Emory-Henry, teams like that.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean,
this was huge.
What Coach Lamb's doing down there right now, I mean, that was kind of the worry. Like, okay, we're bringing a new coach in. He's definitely put ETSU's playing better football than what I think was being expected. I think Chris Hope and that defense listened to me. They contained Cam Miller in this game, kept him from being – I mean, Cam did his thing, but
he did pretty good. I mean, Cam was 21-33, 250 yards still.
But they kept him from running the ball all over him, though. They figured that they stopped one aspect of his game, which really helped him. Big thing for ETSU, though, was that run game, man. It was really Devontae Houston actually messaged us on Instagram after we put up one of our shorts, or the one where I was like, Devontae, you got to run the football. He said that Bryson Yerby was going to be the guy. He messaged and said Yerby. So he knew there was something going on there in practice. He knew that Yerby was going to be the man, and Yerby showed up. I mean, like you said, 15 carries, 147 yards, 3 touchdowns. That helped keep Cam Miller off the field. That's what ETSU need to do. They had it. I mean, I was with a group of people last night. We turned it on. We were watching the last 5 minutes of the game, and ETSU, they were in it, man. They had it. It was that, and then it was just good teams find a way to win. And I'm not saying ETSU's not a good team, but North Dakota State's a perennial power, and
this was a great game. Nothing to hold your head down about.
No, not ETSU, at all. Not at all.
I mean, the future's bright, sort of what I see.
I mean, yeah, very, very bright. Got a big matchup in about 2 or 3 weeks against Chattanooga, so I think about going to that game, to be honest with you. We'll see.
That'll be at ETSU?
Yeah, it's at ETSU.
Yeah, we need to watch the old UTC.
They're number 10 now since they got dog washed by Tennessee. They dropped to 10, but...
Yeah, Chattanooga's tough, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we'll try to get there now. Hit us ETSU again.
Let's hit that one up.
Right.
ETSU faces Elon this Saturday at 6 p.m.
Elon is ranked like
Elon.
17th.
17th, okay.
Yeah.
That should be a good game.
Yeah,
honestly.
should be.
Elon's a nice campus.
Yeah.
NDSU now faces Townsend this Saturday at 2 p.m. This is at home, so they go back home. Look for NDSU to dominate that one.
Yeah. Should.
Yeah. Don't always happen, but should.
Yeah.
Man. You ready to move into the next segment?
Yeah, man. That's one more thing before we move on, though. Again, ETSU, congratulations, guys. Great game. Yep. Nothing to hang your head about. We're proud of you here at Tyler's Talking Sports. Incredible. There's a lot of people that give y'all a chance, and you showed that we got some football in this area. And, hats off to you guys. Just keep working hard.
Yeah. Keep up the hard work.
Yep.
2 truths and a lie.
Next segment, 2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. Are you ready?
I'm pumped.
All right. Question number 1. The Rose Bowl is the oldest college football bowl game, first played in 1902. Question number 2. The NCAA Football Bowl Subdivision, FBS for short, was formerly known as Division IA. 3. College football teams are allowed to play up to 15 games in a regular season. Which one do you think is the lie?
All right. Rose Bowl's definitely the oldest bowl. That's why it's the Rose Bowl. It's been played in the same place. It's been played at Pasadena every year for the last 100 years, except for one time it was actually played in the Cotton Bowl, and that was like 1947, or 1940-something during the World War II or something like that. Division 1A is what we used to call the FBS, and then FCS was Division 1AA. So that's how we came up with that, and then they decided to call FCS FBS. So the lie is 15 games because I've tried to schedule 15 games on NCAA football, and they won't allow me to do it. But I have had to play multiple games in 1 week. So the lie is I can't play 15 games.
That is correct. You can only play 12 regular season games.
Woo!
Correct. He's at it again. Hess don't miss.
I do.
Sometimes.
I miss.
Sometimes. We miss sometimes. We got called out on Eric Deskins. I want to call you out. That was funny. I laughed when you sent the screenshot of the score. I laughed really hard. Yeah, we'll get into that game here in a minute.
Oh, and it's remember, it's Clemson University, not the University of Clemson.
Oh, yeah.
Got called out on that, too.
That's funny.
Clemson haters.
That's funny. I like the comments, guys.
I
Keep
do,
them
too.
coming.
Yes,
we enjoy
please.
it. We enjoy it. Big games, man. I wanted to cover this weekend. This is the games we touched on, for a preview for week 3.
Mm-hmm.
So let's recap these games real quick and go through some of these big ones. And we do have some other ones on here that we want to include at the end. But the first big game was on Friday the 13th. This was Kansas State versus Arizona. Arizona came into this one as a 7.5 underdog. Must have not heard that.
Nope.
KSU dominated 31-7.
Yeah.
Really disappointed right now with Arizona. Noah Fafita, he wasn't sizzling like I was expecting. 26 for 42, 268 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Then Fajitas cooled off. He must have went to El Camp after hours. I mean, come on, man. What are you doing? McMillan balled out again. He had 11 receptions for 138 yards. So that's telling me that nobody can shut that guy down.
Nope.
Avery Johnson, one thing I said that he needed to do was go over 200 yards in the air. He didn't. He went 14 for 23, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he did have 17 carries for 110 yards. That's the difference maker right there.
So I said almost 300.
Almost 300, yeah. I asked you if he's going to go over 300. You said probably not. That's a stretch, but it's close.
Yeah,
very close. KSU defense won this game, in my opinion. I mean, held Arizona. It was 7-7 after the first quarter. Held Arizona just to that. Dominated the rest of the game. Dominated the clock. Dominated everywhere on the field. I mean, Kansas State looks to be favored in the Big 12.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Kansas State. I mean, like I said, they're no Oklahoma. They know Texas, Kansas State. That was their game. That was their game to establish, hey, this is our conference.
They look
goes
good.
through us. Yeah. Avery Johnson's coming in.
Avery Johnson looked really good.
Mm-hmm. He made one mistake right before halftime. I was watching that game. He didn't keep track of the clock, and he scrambled. They had like 9 seconds left, and he scrambled out to get the first down, and then he kept running. Then he peeled out of bounds because he thought they'd have more time, and the clock had already expired, so they didn't get to take 3 points into halftime. They could have got field goal. But yeah, that's a little young mistake, fresh mistakes, sophomore mistakes. So
yeah, it happens. He got nice hair.
Oh, yeah. Love his hair.
Look ahead. Arizona will have a bye week before facing Utah. That'll be a big game. The 28th. Then Kansas State faces BYU. Could also be interesting. That's this Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. So stay up late if you want to watch that one. Go up until about 1 a.m.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't know if I'll be able to make that one.
Nope. Don't know.
I might hit the first half on that one and go to bed.
There we go. Might be just the first half game.
Might be. KSU looks good.
They look stout. Scary. They look real stout. Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one.
Next, we got Big Bad Alabama versus Wisconsin. This game did not go any way like I thought it was going to go. You were texting me while I was on the road yesterday telling me everything had happened. Tyler Van Dyke blew his hamstring or something out. Who knows? I think they said like it was a knee maybe or something like that.
Apparent leg injury. Still waiting on an MRI report. He went down in the first drive. It was like 12 minutes in the first quarter still to go. So,
and I know you were talking.
Big letdown. I told you right then, I said, Alabama dog walks him now. And I meant it. It really hurt the momentum. No offense to the backup, but he's not Tyler Van Dyke at the moment. I mean, that's big shoes to fill to come in and take a starting position. Mm-hmm. I know next man up mentality, but you're playing Alabama. That's
I don't think it mattered yesterday who was at quarterback. Bama came in on a mission. I think
they did. Bama.
What happened last week pissed them off. So
good. Yeah, that just tells you how good of a coach Kevin DeBoer is.
That's right.
I mean, Jalen Milroe had a big day. He had 5 touchdowns, 12 for 17.
He keeps getting better, man.
He's good, man. 196 yards, 3 touchdowns in the air. Not only did he do that, he had 14 carries for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. Couldn't stop him on the run or scramble either. Alabama's defense looked very, very sound. Fast. Much better, much improved on the run game. Versus, USF the previous week. So very improved there. One guy I did want to shout out in the pod today is Ryan Williams.
That 17 years old.
Nasty. He had 4 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. He's the youngest player in college football right now.
Yep.
I don't think nobody can catch that speed. I think he's probably one of the fastest wide receivers. I mean, Jalen. I know you didn't watch that game, but Jalen Milroe hit a dime to him in the end zone for like a.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
That was
as soon as I got in front of the TV, it was right at him.
That was beautiful. Yeah. So that's what Alabama can do. We knew that. I said Alabama wouldn't miss a step this season, and I meant it at the beginning of the season. I think Alabama will remain in top 4. We haven't got rankings yet, but there's no reason they shouldn't either jump or stay exactly where they're at.
Yeah, Wisconsin. I was hoping they come into this game with some hype, being at home, playing a big school. I know the injury to Van Dyke really kind of just like killed their morale there, but I mean, I just don't think it would have mattered yesterday. Alabama was on a mission. You could see it. Milroe was running over people. He was throwing dimes. I mean, they were.
He looked great.
They were too much. They were way too much for Wisconsin. Man, now they're going into a bye week to prepare for the University of Georgia, which is going to be an interesting matchup. And then Wisconsin, I think they got a bye too.
That'd be good for them. I mean, because they face USC on the 28th as well. 28th, we got some huge games.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get an update on Tyler Van Dyke as soon as we hear something. We'll definitely post it. On Facebook, or all of our social medias, rather Twitter too. Give us a follow on Twitter, guys. We try to stay up to date on all stuff there as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Wisconsin definitely needs this bye week. Hopefully Van Dyke, it's not as bad as it looked. Hopefully it's just maybe a strain. Maybe he's out 1 to 2 weeks. But hopefully he can come back in USC because they really need him to face USC and have a chance this year. That Bama Georgia game, that's gonna be a game. I can't wait for that one.
Gonna be a dogfight.
Gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah, boy. We'll see.
Dogs in the house.
Yeah.
LSU.
This was a great game. I watched this with Tennessee
Carolina
and Florida fans, so this was a great game.
This was a great game. In my opinion, this was the game of the day on Saturday.
Yeah.
LSU came into this one as a 7-point favorite. College game day was there. The place was rocking. Sandstorm it was crazy. I would love to have been down there. Great environment. LSU did escape with a narrow 36-33 come behind win. in the fourth. A big thing here, too, Lenore Sellers did go out in the second quarter, right before the half. He was balling out before that. He could not stop him on the run. He was running all over me. He had, I think, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Have they said what that injury was?
I haven't heard. It was an ankle injury, but he did try to come back in. Third and fourth quarter, he tried to come in a couple snaps and everything, but they told him just to stay out.
Oh, backup was playing pretty good.
He was playing pretty good, but I think we will see. I think Sellers will come back to face Akron this coming Saturday. I don't see why he wouldn't. Just we're still waiting on reports on that. Haven't got an update since Saturday night, so we'll see what happens there. A big thing on this one too, I think, was penalties. I told you this was a sloppy game in that aspect. It was. USC had 13 penalties for 123 yards. That's common with Shane Beamer. I don't know what it is, but they get stupid penalties. They had multiple times they, be third and short and they false start. And then, they just do something stupid. They had one that they caught an interception, ran all the way back, and the dude killed the quarterback what's his face? Newsomere.
Yeah.
For LSU for no reason. And that, that touchdown got called back and they had to start all the way back down at the 10. I mean, that could have been a game right there.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that. 3 turnovers as well. You cannot had 2 fumbles and an interception. Cannot have that. You're at home. We got to do better. We got to clean it up. They cleaned it up at USC dog walks. LSU.
My biggest thing in this game, I'll be honest, was seeing Frank Beamer in a South Carolina polo.
I did not see that. That must have happened when I was outside.
He was up in the press box, and they went to him, and he was wearing his old Under Armour South Carolina polo. It looked really weird. It was weird to see Beamer without tech stuff on.
Hey, he's sporting his son.
I know, yeah. Back to the whole Shane thing. I mean, Shane's a coach, man. I mean,
I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm just saying it's very common.
I was just watching him
they
yesterday.
Have a lot of penalties.
He's so happy. He's so happy when his kids do well. You can just see like proud written on his face. Like he is just they do big good things. He's on them. They make mistakes. He disciplines them. But I think that's just the kind of coaching he is. I mean, you see that with these teams who really just are player coaches. It's hard sometimes to rein them in because they carry emotion. They feed off the coach. The players feed off each other. I mean, it's just what it is. But yeah, the stupid mistakes kind of hurt South Carolina in this game. Probably a job saving win for Brian Kelly because it was getting a little warm down there.
I'd say so.
But yeah, big win for LSU.
Keep an eye on Raheem Sanders as well for
great
South Carolina. 19 carries, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. So keep an eye on him this season.
Yeah.
Newsomere looked pretty good. He looked pretty comfortable in that pocket. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting beat
hit
up
a bunch
all night.
though.
South Carolina's defenses. Gosh, that defensive front.
They're
scary.
fast. That edge rusher they got's a monster. The true freshman.
Yeah, they're good.
He's a monster.
South Carolina could be a force.
They could be.
That was a huge loss. They could have won that one. I really do. I mean, they definitely cranked the top 25.
Yeah.
But USC again faces Akron this Saturday at 7:30. Should be a dub.
Akron.
Sorry.
You keep saying
Akon and Young Jeezy. LSU faces UCLA this Saturday. Still don't have a time on that game. So still waiting on time. We'll have an update on Thursday.
There's a Marauder. Yeah. There's a
Soul Survivor.
Okay, sorry. It's got stuff in
That's a
there.
great song. Hey, no plug there. No.
No shout out, no free shout out.
Not sponsored. No free shout out. Akon and Young Jeezy.
Locked up, won't let me, I know.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, locked up. I like that one. I'm about to jam to some Akon and Young Jeezy.
Yeah, boy.
Woo!
Well, next, another game we got here. Pretty big game right here. This game
this was a huge game.
I was like I said, this is the Boston College versus the Missouri game, and like I said yesterday, I was watching this with some University of Florida graduates and their family, and some Tennessee fans, and their consensus. This is their opinion. Missouri is the most overranked football team in the country.
Really?
Yes, that was what they all said. They said, yeah, they got Brady Cook and Luther Burden back, but Burden ain't done nothing. Brady Cook is a product of the system, and they didn't.
Did they watch the game?
We watched it. We watched bits and pieces of that game, but they just said Missouri's the type of team that they're better off being unranked and working their way up the rankings, that they don't know how to handle the pressure of being a top 10 team.
I disagree. They stand on business. Did you tell them that?
That's what I said. But
business.
The Florida fans got to have something to talk about. They don't got much to.
Man, I wouldn't be talking smack. I mean, Boston College is no slouch this year.
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien's got that team playing great.
Yes.
Missouri came into this one home field advantage, 16.5-point favorite. They did win by 6, 27-21, so they did not cover. But I went over those little betting slips, on Thursday. I didn't expect them to cover. I said, good luck trying to pick that one.
Yeah.
Tigers, here's a fun stat for them. Tigers have now won 19 straight home games. So I think they can handle the pressure of being pretty good in the SEC.
Well, it's the fact this is the first time since they were in the Big 12 they've been ranked in the top 10 this early in the season. So their argument was they're better as a team working their way up as an underdog than being a favorite. Like they've never had this. They've never been in this situation.
Maybe.
I was like, makes sense.
Brady Cook, 21 for 30, 264 yards, 1 touchdown. That's pretty good. They was talking about Luther Burden, 6 receptions, 117 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but last week you said Luther Burden hadn't done nothing, so I mean
he hadn't up until Saturday.
Right.
I don't know. That's what I'm getting at. Like, that's what I'm getting at. He's going to show up in the games.
Yeah.
He's a stud. He will be good in the NFL. Nate Noel, running back from Missouri, 22 carries, 121 yards. I mean, they're sound on both sides of the ball.
What about Boston College? They have anybody?
Boston College, yeah, they did all right. Castellanos, 16 28. Deep to left field, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns. This is what hurt them. 2 interceptions that really hurt.
Turnovers kill.
Big momentum shifts. And they had no rush game. 6 carries, 21 yards was the leading rusher in Trayshawn Ward. No rush game. Missouri's defense looks very, very sound. I disagree with that.
Boston College in this one, though, didn't I?
You did. I think Missouri is better than people are giving them credit. I still think they're kind of a sleeper.
Well, see, I think that's the thing. That's the argument. You just said they're a sleeper, but they're ranked 6th in the country. So at 6th in the country, you shouldn't be a sleeper.
Right, but nobody's talking about them.
But, I mean, that's the thing.
Everybody talks about Georgia, Bama, Tennessee right now is in the conversation, Texas.
Ohio State.
That's what I'm getting at.
Nobody's talking about Ole Miss either.
Nope, they're not. They are not.
Nobody's talking about Arkansas State either.
They aren't. They almost had them.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick, baby. Old Butch Jones out there.
Yeah.
Laying it out.
I get that take, but I also are like,
sure.
this team's loaded with singers. They returned their entire offensive line. They got Brady Cook back. They got Luther Burden back, who's probably going to be a top 10 pick next year in the draft.
They're good.
They're a good program. I think Levi. Dinkowitz, Coach Dinkowitz.
Oh,
yeah. I think he's a great coach. I think another one of those good players, coaches. The kids love him. I hate watching a game in Missouri because the camera angle sucks. It reminds me of watching a game in Syracuse.
Missouri's getting ready to get some massive field upgrades, like $250 million.
They needed
to that
it.
stadium. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of teams
grass
are doing
in
that.
the center. You see that, like a party area, like kids could just come out and sit on the grass right on the 50-yard line.
Yep,
that's super nice.
That's be neat. Be real neat. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm with Missouri, but I'm also not.
I don't want to play them. I'll be honest.
I'm not sold with
Missouri,
just for the simple fact that they're probably the 5th best team in the SEC.
They're tough. I dread playing them. I really do.
Y'all got them at home this year or away? We don't play them.
Can't remember. I don't even know if we play them this year.
We don't.
You go ahead and do a look ahead. I'll look.
Go ahead and do the look ahead here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. On the look ahead, we got Boston College going to Michigan State on Saturday at 8 p.m. That game right there should be a pretty good game, pretty good rebound game for Boston College. It should handle Michigan State in that game, but you never know. You go into Big Ten country playing those teams, you gotta play 100%. Missouri will face my biggest disappointment of the weekend, Vanderbilt. Or some people call them Candy Vandy. This Saturday, they've yet to. I think the time's now at 3:30. I think it depending on what time Vanderbilt or Vandy won, but they lost to Georgia State 37-35 yesterday. Diego Prava is still tearing it up. He had like 275 yards. He had a 97 yards rushing, but Vandy just couldn't do anything on defense. But hey, Georgia Southern is not a slouch. That run game is one of the best in the country. So they played a lot of teams. They even played Boise State pretty good. So
Tennessee does not face Missouri this year. Thank God.
We don't either.
I was thinking Mississippi State, but it's
they got
play Mississippi State.
They got destroyed yesterday by some small school. Mississippi State did. While you speaking of them, yeah, it was like some little bitty school.
Don't know what's going on down there.
Mississippi State is not good at all.
Man,
yeah,
had some other notables this past weekend.
We had those other games.
There was some other games. There's some big games.
Had
a civil war going on over in the West Coast.
Yeah, man, it was wild.
Dylan Gabriel's insane.
Yeah, about time.
He looks like Michael Penix Jr. last year.
He looked like to me. Tell you who they like to me.
Dylan Gabriel.
Marcus Mariota. That's why he wears number 8. You know, that's why he wears 8.
Really?
Because all the Hawaiian quarterbacks that have ever played at Oregon wore 8. Marcus Mariota, Eli Masoli, and now him. So they all wear 8. It's like a tradition that they do there.
Nice.
So, yeah, he kept it going. So, yeah, Dylan Gabriel looked awesome. He was just perfect passes. Jordan James was good on the running game. I mean, Oregon just dominated that game. But it was like I said, they're coming in. That's going to be a statement game for them.
That was a big statement game. That
Beaver
was
teeth were dull yesterday.
Beaver teeth didn't get sharpened.
Nope. Tail didn't smack either.
Yeah.
A lot of quack.
Yeah, a lot of quack. I like that.
Quack. Yeah,
49-14. 49-14. I wasn't done yet. God. Dylan Gabriel, 20-24, 291 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Top 5 Heisman candidate.
I'd
say top 5.
They had him. He was the odds.
You can't pass up Jalen Milroe.
Going into this weekend, it was 400-1 for Dylan Gabriel. Carson Beck was 650-1, and then Nico was 700-1, and then it was Jalen Milroe, and I can't remember what his was. That was your Heisman.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'd agree with that take. Gabriel has no reason right now to not be the front runner.
Right.
He's played good all season. He's 3-0.
Very consistent. Getting better.
He started off that game. He broke his record too. I think he went 12 for 12 or 11 for 11 starting off. So he didn't miss a pass. And a couple of those balls too, I mean, were dropped that should have been caught. I mean, they were in the hands of the wide receiver. So he could have very well had a perfect game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gabriel looked really good. Gabriel looked great. Can I move on to the next game?
I'm done now. I'm done now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Well, in this game, they were out of the 6 people that was with me yesterday, 4 of them bet on Purdue to win this game.
Oh, man. The Boilermakers?
Yep, and I've also heard
this ain't basketball.
That Notre Dame is working on a buyout for Marcus Freeman, and that Urban Meyer is talking about coming out of retirement to take over Notre Dame.
Why? Marcus Freeman's doing fine.
They're working on a buyout to get him out of there.
That's dumb.
He's got a simple buyout. Notre Dame put it in his contract. It's like a $3.2 million buyout. But anyway, Notre Dame.
Yeah, 66-7. Wasn't even a game.
Nope, not a game.
Riley Leonard came out to make a point. He looked good.
Poor Purdue. Stick to basketball.
That's all I have to say. Stick to basketball.
Or baseball. Or soccer.
Baseball's good too.
Actually, their engineering program is really, really well good. So
that's a great school.
Yeah, great school. Great engineering.
Just don't like Zach Edey.
Yeah, Zach Edey, the man. Ole Miss versus Wake Forest.
Wasn't
a game either. Jackson Dart.
40-6.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart. That should be another Heisman candidate, in my opinion. 26 for 34, 377 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ole Miss did have kind of a slower start than I was expecting.
That's what they do, though.
That's what they do. They got in rhythm. Lane Kiffin's a heck of a coach.
And Kiffin throws the clipboard. Oh, that's the other rumor. Kiffin to Florida.
Oh God, that would be terrible.
He tweeted out a shirt that said "Final goodbyes" and it had Ole Miss 2024.
He's playing media. It's what he does.
Hey,
he's smart, dude.
Kiffin to Florida.
Nah, it's not gonna happen. He's got a good thing going there. Ole Miss. He's got a very good thing going.
Everybody says though he wants a bigger stage. He ain't getting that in Oxford. So
maybe
be a good time to go to Florida. Napier's just trying to get himself fired down there.
Napier is trying to get himself fired. I told you that yesterday. He's like, "What is he doing?" I was like, "I think he's trying to get fired. I think he's done."
That's what the Florida people were saying too. They were like, he's just trying to get himself fired.
Has to.
Yeah, as long as you don't have to play any water bottles, he'll be all right. All right, this Battle of Utah State
this game was closer than I thought.
No Cam Rising in this game.
No Cam Rising. That was big. I didn't realize he wasn't going to play.
Yep, he was out.
Must have been game time decision.
Laceration on his finger.
Gotcha.
And an ankle or a hand sprain or something.
They still pulled away. They showed their defense still got it. 38-21.
Oh yeah, this was the game. This was the other game my parlay won me the $300. I picked Utah. Yeah.
Nice.
They had to win by 13.5.
Yeah, they pulled away. You're lucky they pulled away in the second half. They were down.
They were down. They were down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they pulled away, came back. Utah.
Yeah, you can talk about the next game.
Georgia versus Kentucky. Game of field goals. That's all this was. This was a defensive game. UGA escaped with a nail biter. They did score a touchdown finally. Beck is a fourth quarter guru. I will say that because when he's trailed against Alabama in the fourth quarter, came back and won that game too. He knows how to navigate.
No.
He's got that leadership.
He did not come back. The Alabama game was the SEC title that we lost last year. It's the only time he's ever trailed.
Only time he's ever trailed.
Yeah, he's 15-1 as a starter.
15-1. Sorry, that's terrible. 15-1. Hess kept saying Georgia sucks. He kept saying that over and over and over. It was killing me.
We're
Yeah,
not
you have
all
nothing to
lost
be
fans.
ashamed about. You said Kentucky's a great team. They showed out they were. Any team in the SEC, any week, we always say that. Kentucky came to play.
Something about
Mark
Kroger
Stoops.
Field.
Yeah, Mark Stoops. That's a fun fact for you. Georgia's only trailed in 3 away games, all coming to Kentucky, at Kentucky. Something about Kentucky for Georgia. But Georgia, 3-0 in those games. Georgia's now 10-0 against Kentucky in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't you ever say we suck again. I
I'm
don't
just
want to ever
hurt.
hear
I'm
that.
just hurt, man. I'm worried about my man Rutledge. He's our senior leader on that line. Losing him is really going to hurt. I know. I preach next man up mentality, but I mean it's hard to replace somebody like a Tate Rutledge. I'm hoping everything comes back clean with an MRI and we get him back in this season because when he went out, it was. I mean that was Beck's guy looking at coverages on that line, and he wouldn't be able to pick up the blitzes as well. Thank God we have Travis Etienne or Trevor Etienne, whichever Etienne we got.
Yeah, he ran really strong.
Yeah, he looked really good running the ball. Kentucky, I mean, their front four looked really good. They were dominating our offensive line.
Your defense still won that game, though.
Defense is still elite. Offense found some issues.
They
But
did.
hey,
Yep, y'all looked terrible starting out.
perfect time for a bye week.
Perfect time. And Kirby's going to get into him. Don't worry.
Yeah, I feel for him today at practice.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Arch Manning
Arch Manning.
throws 4 touchdowns.
Yes, he did because he came in for injured Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, Ewers went out with a strained abdomen. This is no stranger to Ewers' game. He gets injured every season. I think that will hurt him in NFL rankings.
Yeah. Didn't hurt Penix, though.
It didn't, but I do think it could hurt Ewers. We'll see. I hope not. I like Quinn Ewers. He's very good. Arch Manning, though, balled out, man. If he keeps that up, I don't know if he'll lose that starting job.
As of right now, there's no word on Quinn Ewers as far as the injury. They did say that he was suffering from an abdominal injury at the beginning of the game, and then it just aggravated even more, and he couldn't move his right side.
It was on a handoff.
Yeah. Typically,
I guess he turned.
Typically, these injuries, depending on the severity, they're anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks with these injuries. So that could be huge. This could be Arch Manning's time.
Could be. He showed up against the UTSA Roadrunners.
Yeah, great game for him to come into and be able to play a full game too.
Yeah, he ran all over him, man.
Yeah,
he ran a 66-yard touchdown.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll try to keep y'all updated on our social medias on Quinn Ewers. I've been watching through that and see if anything comes back on it. So I know that's a big hit for the Heisman and big hit for Texas. I mean, it's a leader.
Yeah, West Virginia.
Backyard brawl.
Man, I stepped outside for like 20 minutes because they were up by 10, and they ended up losing.
Yeah.
38-34.
West Virginia. That's coaching, man. That's bad coaching.
What the heck, man? You had 5 minutes to go, and you were up. I think they were up by 10.
That's like bad coaching.
5 or 6 minutes, and I was like, okay, West Virginia should win that one. I can step out.
Yeah.
I stepped out, come back, and then you text me. It's like, yeah, Pitt won.
Yeah, bad coaching.
Terrible, man. Find a way to close a game. I swear. That really made me mad. I missed that.
That's another team that's been a disappointment this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, Garrett Green. I mean, he played good. I mean, that team should be. That team should be good.
Decent. They should be easily 2-1.
Yes, 2-1.
And probably should have gave Penn State a better game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, another big disappointment on the year. Formerly number 10 ranked team in the country, Florida State drops to 0-3. They lose with a loss to Memphis. They were projected to play a close game in this one anyway at the beginning of the year. But Florida State,
I picked Memphis to win that one. I got that one.
Yeah, Florida State just don't have anything. There's no energy. There's nothing from the sideline. It don't matter who's out there. It's like they're all walking through it. That stadium was half empty in the third quarter. Wasn't even sold out. I think it's the first time I've seen a game at Doak Campbell that was not sold out. Like, it's bad in Florida State right now. And
what is that? His third time in 5 years starting out 0-3?
I don't know if it's Norvell. I think it's Norvell's third year. So
I think it's third time in 3 years.
Yeah. So
I think his first year he started out 0-3. Then last year, they had the crazy good season, and then this year they're doing it again.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in the hot seat.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Yeah. They won his head. That was all over Twitter. It was trending on Twitter.
That's another thing. I mean, place Deion could end up, Lane Kiffin could end up.
I don't see Lane Kiffin leaving SEC for ACC. I would see Deion going there. I really do. But honestly, if you're FSU, I don't know if you want Dion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know
Maybe.
who would take that job. I have to do some research.
Lane Kiffin would definitely take that job.
You think he would?
Yeah.
Really?
You be the guy who, I mean, forget Jimbo Fisher and the Bobby Bowden team that he inherited. You be the guy who brings Florida State back to relevance and back to the powerhouse that they were back in the 90s and the early 2000s. You're that guy. I mean, dude, that's just like what Dabo did with Clemson. I mean, he took over the ACC, and then they were perennial playoff team year in, year out.
They really were.
And you could literally just swing. I mean, he could go to Florida State, and that would literally – I mean, Miami, Florida State will be a good battle, and they could literally just stranglehold Florida, and Florida would be destroyed because recruits would go to Miami or Florida State.
Yeah.
But he could also do vice versa. But I'm also with you, too. Why leave Ole Miss?
Yeah, why leave Ole Miss? You got something cooking right there. Your top 5.
Let's see. Florida State. Norvell signed in 2019. He started coaching in 2020. $26.5 million over 6 years. He went 3-6 in their first season, which was the COVID year. Second season, 5-7, despite a 0-4 start. So there's your 0-3. So he started 0-4 in his second season. And then started off 4-0 last year. Now they're starting off 0-3. Complete inconsistencies down there in Florida State.
3 years. Yeah. Past 3 years. Yeah.
Hot seat for Norvell.
Oh, big time.
Last but not least, the Buffs bounced back in Colorado against Colorado State. I think final score 28-7, something like that.
28, yeah, something.
Yeah. Shanoir Sanders looked really good. Travis Hunter played an incredible game. That was really cool.
I saw that where he had 30 yards receiving and an interception.
Yeah, he had an interception, and the very next play on offense, he scored a touchdown receiving. Like that was really cool to see.
I think that was like the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's ever happened, something like that. Or second time?
Maybe the second. I think Charles Woodson did it at Michigan.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, this is what got me. Like, I was like, oh, man, great. Colorado got them a win, something put on their belt. And then after the game, I sent you that video today, Shanoir Sanders, quarterback for Colorado State's going to shake his hand. Granted, there's been a lot of trash talk going on social media all week between those two.
That's behind you now.
And he was literally just, hey, good game, and go about his business. And Shanoir starts talking crap to him, saying they didn't stand a chance. You're projected to be the top quarterback taken next year in the NFL draft. You're projected to be a leader. And your father preaches nothing but fundamentals in life and how to be a great person, and you're going to act like that.
Yeah.
I lost a little bit of respect for Shanoir Sanders after that.
Yeah. Yeah, when you sent me that, I said straight up garbage.
Yep, garbage.
That's terrible.
But yeah, man. Before we end this episode here, just a little bit of thing. Real quick, top 10.
Top 10, 1 through 10, or any particular order?
Just give me any particular order.
All right, we got Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Ole Miss, Missouri, Tennessee, Oregon. See, I need 2 more. Who else up there? Penn State. Miami.
Let's see. My top 10 is going to be Georgia, Penn State, Oregon, Miami, Ohio State, Alabama, Ole Miss, Missouri, Tennessee, USC, and Penn State.
Taking Miami out?
Yep.
I don't know how you could. They put up 60-something against Ball State.
I want to see them play somebody first. Not saying they're bad. I just want to see them play. I know it's been Miami in recent years.
Miami's good, man. Cam Ward's good.
I agree. I just want to see them play somebody, though.
Yeah, just don't kneel the football.
Don't kneel the football. Or kneel the football when you have to kneel it. How about that?
Last segment here, Hess. College Pick'ems. Give us the rankings.
You want the rankings on the College Pick'ems?
Yeah.
So I pull those up real fast for everybody. I meant to have that up already. I'm so sorry. Let's do. How'd you do yesterday with your picks?
Oh, I don't even know.
You don't even know.
Don't even know. I'll tell you.
Don't even know. Why can't I find it?
Let's see. You want me to get them? I can get it pulled up right here.
I got it. I'm pulling it.
I went 2, 2 and 1, 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 3, 3 and 4, 3 and 5, 3 and 6. I went 3 and 7. Rough day.
Our leader gained a 2-game lead on Uncle Rico at 99.4% on the year. Trey Bunn, 21-9. Uncle Rico is 19-11. King Ra, 23, 17-13. Tied with Long Shot Picks, 17-13. Castle Stinks is 16-14. Krista Hess is 15-13. Tar Heels, which is DJ, he is 13-17, tied with me at 13-17. Then we got 11-9. Then Nico is 10-10. Aliva 10-10. Tyler Castle, you're 7-13. ESPN fan 9201409 you're 7-3. The Tennessee tight ends is 7-3, and Smokey 82 5-5. Smokey, Tennessee tight ends, and the ESPN picks have not picked the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to go ahead and potentially say you guys are out. And Aliva forgot to pick in week 3. Did not pick this weekend, but picked the first 2 weeks. But everybody else picked. And the overall winner this week was Trey Bunn at 80 points total, followed by Uncle Rico, and then you. And I did terrible. Only got 2 games right.
Yeah, man. We don't go with this. We don't go with the normies. Don't go with the normies.
I missed South Carolina. I missed Washington. I missed ECU. I missed Florida. I missed UCLA. I missed TCU. I missed Colorado State. And I missed Virginia over Maryland.
I know. Maryland surprised me.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that one.
Didn't see that coming. But yeah, man, that's it. Hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful Monday. Appreciate you guys listening to the recap of week 3 of college football. We will be back on Thursday morning at 6 a.m. with a college football preview going into week 4. And then also be ready to look out for our live when we decide what time we're going to do that on Saturday. You guys have an absolutely wonderful week. Don't work too hard. Enjoy your Monday.
Thanks all. Peace.